This is the meeting of the Select Board on March 10th at 6:15, right on the dot. We have been posting this and warning this meeting in 3 separate places, correct?
Correct.
It has been on our website, and it has been emailed to a grand list of interested parties. So I believe we have a legal meeting ready to go, and today's order of business will be approving the minutes. Number 2, special orders and business as warned. Number 3, reports of officers. Number 4, we can discuss old or unfinished business that is carried forward. And number 5, public comment. And public comment is kept to 3 minutes and can be spoken a second time as long as everyone else has had their first time. And then we will set our next meeting date before we adjourn. The first order of business is approving the minutes. These are minutes from February 24th. They were the pre-town meeting and select board meeting, or just pre-town meeting? I think it's just pre-town meeting.
Pre-town meeting, yep.
I have read them through, a couple little typos, but generally we captured the essence of the meeting. Chad, do you agree?
Agreed.
I move that we accept the minutes of the meeting from February 24th.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I have the back.
I did. I'll give 'em back.
You did.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we can move on to some new business that we have. We are approving a tobacco substitute license for the Skip Mart. This downloads to us from the State of Vermont Department of Liquor and Lottery, and all we have to do is note that we approve of it. There's no signing of it.
Correct.
And that they have paid their fee and they are good to go selling tobacco products. Number 3 on our list is signing what's called a TA-60. It's our annual financial plan for DOT town highway grants. Listen up. The state helps to subsidize the care of our roads. We currently have 12.24 miles of Class 2 roads. We have 39.16 miles of Class 3 roads, to which we have assured V-Trans that we have not made any changes of throwing up roads or taking on any additional roads, so the amount stays the same. And for that, they will be making a contribution towards the support of those roads. And so we are accepting their gracious offer. I move we accept the financial plan.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye. How much do they actually give us?
Well, they give us $56,970 for the Class 2 roads and $67,756 for the Class 3. So, yeah, we don't turn it down.
Better than nothing.
And you both get to sign this one.
Pat,
Yes, ma'am?
I didn't get the last, it was 56,970 for class 2, and what was the one for class 3? I didn't quite get that, I'm sorry.
67,756.31.
756.31. Okay, thank you very much, sorry to interrupt.
You're welcome, Martha, anytime. Perfect. We have had another submission from the road that is the new road off of, private road coming off of Bethel Mountain Road. We've been back and forth with how to name this particular road for a few meetings now. The owners have come back with a pretty simple name, Ridge Road. Rather
Is this
than,
the, up at the very top?
nope, this is on the lower section right after Steve Sack's house, before the Griffin's
Oh,
house.
okay.
That one that jets up
Yep,
the
yep.
hill. There are 3 parcels up there, and there will probably be 3 dwellings. This will not become a town road. This is a private road, but in order for them to get 911 addresses, we need to name it as a road. So, there was some submissions, we had suggestions, they came back with other submissions, and we just kicked it back at them again. And so, I think Ridge Road works,
Seems to-
not to be
seems to-
confused with
See any conflict there anywhere?
No, I don't
Randolph
care.
Center.
I don't care what you call it.
Okay,
The nearest Ridge
No,
Road I can
just-
think of
I-
is Randolph Center, so I
Well,
think we're good.
that's what I'm thinking too, so I think it's good.
Yeah,
Is
and
there a, you said that there's gonna be 3 places up there. Does it have to have a name for 911 or,
yes,
Yeah,
or what
Yes.
about my place now that Deb's up there? Is that supposed to have a road name?
probably
There's
2
2 of us.
places.
Is it
Yeah.
anything with 2 or more dwellings?
yeah, it might be
We should
3
probably-
or more.
Oh, I don't know,
I
I'm
can look
just,
into it.
when you said that, it made me wonder.
Well, you better think of a name, because that goes around and around, so if you wanna name it.
Asshole Drive.
This one was Cushman Vista and
Yeah.
Cushman Ridge,
Yeah.
yeah.
Deb calls it the last resort, so there you go.
That's cute, I like that.
I'll look into it for you, Mike.
Yeah, I didn't think of it till you said that.
So I move that we, approve the name of Ridge Road for the subdivision that is located off of Bethel Mountain Road.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so be it. We now have Ridge Road on the map.
Super, thank you.
So Vic is here. We have listed on our agenda, approve Valley Hub pre-grant submission to Northern Borders. I don't think I have any paperwork on that,
You don't.
so
It's
we
a-
just need to,
Yeah, I can tell you about it. So this is a grant pre-application to be submitted on behalf of the town for a $1 million competitive grant from the Northern Borders Regional Commission. Northern Borders does economic development for New Hampshire, Vermont, and I think Maine and Upper New York State as well. And so the pre-application would go in, and then if it's competitive enough, we'd be invited to come back for a full application sometime in March or April, I'm not sure of the date. And then we'd learn after that if we're successful and for how much if we are successful. So we asked the select board for approval to submit that pre-application.
okay. Is there any further discussion on it?
Is that this wrong spelling?
Yeah, it's not borders like where people live, it's B-O-R-D-E-R, the border of
Yep.
the country.
I got you. Well, I move that we support the pre-application for the Valley Hub to apply to the Northern Borders for a $1 million grant, and they will come back to us if they make it through the pre-approval process to go with a real
Yeah, it's
approval.
actually, the town is the applicant, that's why we need town approval.
You're gonna do the work,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I'll second that,
All in favor?
Aye.
on both accounts.
Carry on. Right, it does say BOARDNERS on the agenda. We have a long process of going through appointments this evening. I can move that to the end of the meeting unless someone is very hot on sitting and listening to all of this now. But if there's any other business to be taken care of, we could move that up into this slot we have right now. If not, we'll move into the appointments. You have something to say?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Maya. I haven't met the newer members. Welcome. Nice to see you. I'm the library director, and I come to you tonight as a desperate and frazzled librarian. I have been trying since November to hire someone to shovel the front and back of the library so that, people can come and go without too much danger. And I have been unable to get anyone to commit to this job. I do have a couple of volunteers, but they're volunteers, so if they're around, great. If they're not, I guess I'm snowed in. Obviously, the library board and I have been talking a lot about this and trying to figure out our options. I think we've tried everything we can think of. So what our latest idea is, we have $500 in our budget for winter maintenance, and that was just with the approval of our new budget will be $800 for the next winter. And we are wondering if we can give the town that money and the town could clear our ramps and stairs of snow.
The town has no one to do that.
Oh.
These ladies do their own front stoop, I would only be advertising on your behalf.
Oh, okay.
I cannot provide that person for you.
I gotcha.
Our town crew is running in trucks and opening roads.
Okay.
So, they would not show up, they would be the last to show up after they're done doing roads, so you'd be in worse condition. So we're at the end of this particular winter season, so you're probably a little out of the woods now, but, we can work together to address it and see if there is something that we can do. We appreciate the offer of the funding. Let's kick that can a little bit further down.
Sure.
And, if you wanna stop by again in August, that would be a good time to start.
Yeah, okay.
While I have you on the line, we were wondering, and I think Barb Shenton was getting back to me too. We always enjoyed Tony Goopy's presence at our meetings.
Yeah.
And we would like to publicly thank Tony for all those years of sitting here,
Definitely.
waiting his turn to give a speech and how wonderful it is with all the programs that you're doing. So with the new board, which I believe you are meeting very soon,
Tomorrow.
be sure to appoint
Yes.
a person that would report to the select board and
Definitely.
be
We've
willing to
already
come to
talked
all our
about
meetings and
that.
listen to all the other things going on. Okay, thank you.
Definitely will. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. I appreciate
Okay, we won't
very
forget it.
much.
I'm gonna put it in my day planner for
Okay,
August.
me too.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you
Maya.
very much.
Keep up the great work. Mike?
Yeah, I just got one question, it's the only reason I'm here. Hubbard Brothers would like to come look at the school.
Okay,
What, do you have to set up an appointment?
you
or-
have to get in touch with Lindy Stetson, the principal of the schools,
Okay,
and she will set up a time for, Mr. Hubble,
Hubble.
to, unlock the door.
okay,
So that they can take a walk
All right.
around, and, I'm sure that would be fine.
okay.
If you run into any trouble, let me know.
Yeah, no, that was my only question, cause they wanna come look at it.
Yep.
And they'd like to, give a bid on it.
Okay, that'd be perfect.
Okay, I'll do that.
Let's take an action. Okay. Let's move into the appointments. One of the first things that is on my list, before we get to the actual appointments, is having to do with the select board itself. Our chair is no longer here, so we need to appoint a chair, which we do every year anyway. You guys have any ideas?
I'll nominate you.
Boy, we got big choices here.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're
We
in.
didn't do this, so
Yeah.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
I am not the first woman chair.
Oh, okay.
Heather Gropper was chair.
Who?
Heather Gropper,
Oh, okay.
Heather Masterson.
And so was Mary.
Mary was
Mary
chair as
Davis.
Oh,
well?
she was?
That's great.
I didn't
And so
know that.
was, what was her name, Pat up near you. There was another one too, Pat,
Oh,
Now I'm scratching my nose.
Scott?
Scott.
Oh,
I've never even heard.
I thought you were a queen there.
no. I use my Queenie complex for other things.
Oh, okay.
Now, let's go down the list, and here we go. There are a lot of appointments to do. A lot of them we're going to appoint the same person to the same job, so we're gonna float through this and have just a couple stumbling blocks. Sewer plant operator seems to be at the top of the list.
Did you skip this page?
Oops. Oh, assistant town clerk treasurer, top of the list. Well, there's no date there.
No, we don't have dates.
No. Okay, do we still have to appoint you? Or you're-
Yes, I
okay.
have to be appointed every year.
Okay, I nominate Kristen LaPel.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Select board clerk. Julie is voted as town clerk and town treasurer. This is select board clerk. This is for her to assist us. So I nominate Julie Smith.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The road commissioner is going to remain the select board members. At this point in time, we don't particularly need to have a designated road commissioner. In kind of a barter trade for that, I know he's not here tonight, but John Champion would be coming to our meetings and giving us a report of the highway department every chance he can. So I nominate that the select board as a whole would be the road commissioner, but none of us are practicing. You don't have to go down there in the morning and stuff. So,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And further down that road, we've got John Champion as road foreman, Dana Spalding as second in command, Ted Smith as assistant. I nominate that we keep these guys. They're doing a good job.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Water commissioners, that is the practice of overseeing the actual operator. It's in good hands, so the select board members for water and sewer commissioners, that would be all of us, so if the operator needed to report any problems, he could report to any one of us. So I nominate the select board members for both water and sewer commissioners.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sewer plant operator, it's been a long time, but it's still Terry Severy on the list. Terry, you're accepting that position?
Yeah, yes.
I nominate Terry Severy.
Second.
All in favor?
But if you don't know,
40-something years.
can't quit now.
We have a vacancy in the sewer plant operator assistant, and we're going to retain that vacancy at this point in time. There's a lot of requirements in schooling, and we just don't have anybody that has that available at this point in time, so we're gonna leave it vacant.
Terry, is that a license required?
Not for
that?
sewer.
Okay.
For
Water it is.
Yeah.
You gotta have a class 3.
Water plant operator, again, I'm gonna nominate Terry Severy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And once again, under Terry Severy, for water plant operator assistant, we're going to leave that one vacant as well for now.
Don't be setting your casket up down there by the well.
Might be good. On-site wastewater officer, that was something that was, an office that was held by June. He no longer wants to participate with that wonderful office. I nominate Kristen LaPel.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On-site wastewater officer, for some reason, there's a secondary officer there. I nominate the select board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. For planning board and board of adjustment, we have 4 people that their term expires. And that would be Sandy Haas, Julie Martin, Christine Mayer, and Greg White. They alternate 4 and 4. So I move that all 4 of those people be appointed to Planning Board and Board of Adjustment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
They're stuck with it.
And they're good with that?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes. I'm,
It's important,
Patty's the
board.
we're
messenger.
coming to that.
Is
Okay.
Dune hanging on that one, or?
No, he's
No,
not.
okay.
The next position is zoning administrator.
Excuse me, Pat,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to interrupt, excuse me. The planning board and board of adjustment, I got Sandy Hawes, but I didn't get the other three. Can I just write them down real quick? I'm sorry to bother you.
Julie Martin,
Okay, Julie Martin,
Christine Mayer,
Christine Mayer, okay?
and Greg White.
Mayor Greg White. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry to bother you.
Sure.
I want to make sure I get it correct. Thank you.
Zoning administrator is the next position. I have been functioning in that position. I would be pleased to continue if someone wanted to.
I nominate Patty Harvey.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm having fun with
See, I
it.
picked
I
up
like it.
on where you were going with that.
I like it. The next position that we are voting on is Emergency Management Director, or not voting, we're appointing. The current person in that spot is Larry Pleasant. He has devoted a lot of time and energy to it. He's into it, so I nominate Larry Pleasant to continue it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Emergency Management Alternate, we didn't check with her, but Michaela Richardson is the alternate, and I nominate Michaela Richardson as the alternate going forward.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Michaela, you're on Zoom if you don't wanna do it.
Too
Jump
late.
up now. Oh, too late, sorry.
I don't think she's objecting.
Okay.
What'd you do, mute her before you asked her?
No, I have everybody muted.
Oh,
Regional Emergency Management Coordinator, again, Larry Pleasant, which he is doing a good job. He's very devoted. I nominate Larry Pleasant.
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Regional Emergency Management Coordinator, second, is Terry Severy. I nominate Terry Severy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. White River Valley Ambulance Service Representative, Kristen Lapel has thrown herself into that position, is devoted to it, attends their meetings. So I nominate Kristen Lapel appoint Kristen Lapel as WERVA representative.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We do have an alternate for that, when Kristen's not available. The second alternate is Caitlin Bowen. I nominate Caitlin Bowen.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're going to visit the other part of the Rescue Valley. Valley Rescue Representative is Kristen Lapel. She again has been attending their meetings and is very informed on where they stand, and I need to have her there going forward. So I'd like to appoint Kristen Lapel,
Second.
Valley Rescue. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The Tree Warden, it's the Selectboard. I nominate the Selectboard as the tree warden.
Second.
It's not very busy. All in favor?
Aye.
Not a very busy
What
one.
exactly is that?
I think I don't know if there's an explanation of the position in our book, but,
Are you talking about tree warden?
yeah, it's a very old
It's a very,
position.
it's all new, and it's got a lot of very
Yeah,
specific
there is a lot of stuff coming up on
regulations.
that.
All new, okay.
We'll be on it. The next position is the first constable, Dylan Dudley. I nominate Dylan Dudley as constable.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second constable, David Harvey.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Two Rivers, Ottaquechee Regional Commission, Transportation Planning Representative. You're on the board of Two Rivers. I will continue to do that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Come on, it's 2 good meals a year.
2 good meals a year. Two Rivers, Ottaquechee Regional, alternate is June, and he he said he would continue to be the alternate, so if I can't make the meetings, he would go to them. And so I nominate June.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Two Rivers Energy representative, now this is the big one, Jeff Gephardt. We have a lot of good things coming from Jeff Gephardt, and let's not let him go. I nominate Jeff
Second.
Gephardt.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The White River Alliance Royalton Advisory. This office is being held by Troy Lapel. I nominate that he continues to work in this office.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I did check with Julie Smith about continuing to be the recycling coordinator. I said, you can opt out if you want. You paid your dues. She said she still wants to do it, so I nominate Julie Smith for recycling coordinator.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The Park Committee. That is listed as the Select Board. Is that because no one else wants to, or it should be the Select Board that makes the decisions about the park?
Should be the select board.
Okay. I nominate the Select Board as Park Committee.
And the rest of us are just
Second that.
volunteers.
All in favor?
Aye.
As opposed to the Recreation Committee, which is made up of Norm Christensen, Dean Mendel, Carrie McDonald, Joe Shankman, and Martha Slater. I nominate all 5 of these people to continue to provide the service they do for our recreation in our town.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You
Aye.
guys got it.
Don't hear any objections,
All
so.
5 of you. Animal Control Officer, Humane Officer is Jeff Brown. I nominate Jeff Brown continue to be our animal officer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
He does a great job.
He does a great job, and he has an assistant now too, when she's not in there. Tri-Valley Transit. I nominate Tim Crowley to continue. His term was up in 2024, but he was still present, still active, and let's change that 2024 to 2026. I nominate Tim Crowley to continue to be Tri-Valley Transit. All in favor?
Aye.
Another person that is always working behind the scenes and was affecting our meeting tonight is the E911 Maintenance Supervisor. That is Angus McCusker, and just like we named that road, he is going to assign 911 addresses to the people on that road. So I nominate Angus McCusker.
Before we
As-
turn the page, Pat,
What's that?
did you leave out Two Rivers Energy Rep and alternate
we
and
did.
energy coordinator?
We did Jeff Gephardt, didn't we?
He's the energy rep. Are you going to have an alternate?
Yeah, I nominate Mike Tietzel for that.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
You weren't fast enough. Not it.
Welcome to the Rochester Select Board.
Okay, the Budget and Finance Committee, the people that get down to the nitty-gritty for us. We have Lois Bond, Barb DeHart, Greg White, Nancy Woolley, the Select Board members, Julie Smith, and Kristen Lapel. I nominate we stick to it. Everybody brings something to the table, and it's a good group of people that pull together the numbers for us.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Capital Planning Committee is made up of Greg White, Nancy Woolley, Julie Smith, the Select Board members, Barb DeHart, Lois Bond, and Kristen Lapel. Some repeaters there, aren't there? These love meetings. I nominate, 7, 8, 9, those 9 members to the Capital Planning Committee.
Second.
Select Board members, 3. That includes you guys too.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
All in
I was-
favor?
Aye. I was wondering where that number came from. Am I missing something
Yeah, no,
here?
no, you're in on that one
Yeah.
too. Green Update Coordinator, Nick Pachucato,
Pick a chudo.
that's it. He does coordinate Green Up Day for us, and it does seem to pull off without a hitch very much. So I nominate Nick to be our Green Up Day coordinator.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Did you mean to miss the website administrator?
He doesn't have an expiration date, so I think he's ongoing.
Okay,
I don't think that he has a term,
perfect.
as well as these
Thank you.
here. Maya, I don't know,
Okay.
I don't think that we do that. Assistant librarian, I think
Okay.
the trustees do that. And so the next one that I see that we need to do, and if we've missed anything that we need to fill in, we can do it at our next meeting. Auditors, Pace and Holly are no longer going to be our auditors, much to our dismay. So at this point in time, we don't have an auditor, but we are looking for an auditor. So at a future meeting, you will definitely be hearing about who the new auditors are going to be. But at this point in time, we're in between auditors.
So what happened with Pace and Holly?
They're retiring?
It was
Our
a team
guy.
of two, that did a wonderful job, and unfortunately, one of them has fell extremely ill.
Oh,
And
didn't know.
so, he's done, and then the other one's just cutting way, way back and doing, not municipalities.
Sure, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Official newspaper for the town of Rochester is listed as the Herald of Randolph. And our videography for our meetings is Orca Media. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that concludes.
Those nice words. So that was his chance to talk.
You got it. Okay, so I don't know, do we have anybody on Zoom from the library department?
No,
Highway department?
no.
Terry's here.
Yep,
Do you have a report for the utilities? Water flows in, water flows out.
yep, everything's good, I guess.
Yeah, I know, spring is right around the corner, this is
Couldn't
where we
find out
find the
otherwise.
leaks, right?
Yeah, so when we do our sewer inspections,
We do have a message from Jeff Gephardt, who was unable to be here tonight, but he did send a message, and I'm only gonna read a part of it, because Jeff gives a lot of detail here. First, he says, I'm in contact with Green Mountain Power and pushing them to visit our EV charging park and ride to identify appropriate security lighting, which was something that we had discussed in a prior meeting. And so that's ongoing. And there is a MERP and Vermont Division for Historic Preservation, which is the VDHP, issued a memorandum of agreement which requires municipalities to receive a review by VDHP, that's Historical Preservation, of any MERP-funded implementation not exempted from historic reviews. MERP is a municipality assistant program. Municipalities that were awarded for non-accepted implementations must apply for a VDHP review. And he goes on to say what we need to do. So I guess the question that comes out of that from Jeff is this fall under the grant category or the select board category?
I think my opinion is it would fall under the grant, but I may need some assistance.
Got it. Call me when you can,
Okay,
or you need to.
okay, will do.
Okay, there you go, Jeff. We're on it.
So before you go off of that,
Mhm.
he attached a form that had to be filled out?
That's what we were just talking about.
Okay, you
Yep,
you
I
guys.
printed
Right.
it off just so you guys could see it and get an idea of what it was, but I definitely will have some questions, so.
Okay, I looked at it, I was like pretty clueless as to what to do with it.
Yep. Yep, I'll take care of it with Pat's help.
Okay,
Thank you.
Grant updates, speaking of that sort of thing.
I do not have any right now.
Okay, running nice and quiet. Well, we'll have to stir things up for springtime, won't we?
Yeah.
Repurposing high school committee update. Vic?
Yeah, just two additional things to report on. One is that the clean out of the high school building is going very, very well. There's a full big dumpster of stuff that was put in there this week, and another one's supposed to come in tomorrow to load up some more. That's a team of volunteers under Michaela Richardson and a whole gang of people in there working hard on it.
Bless their hearts.
There will be a community rummage sale on March 22nd. That's a Saturday. There's stuff that has value that people can come in and buy, and the group will be managing that as well. The other thing is we're pursuing the search for a construction management firm. We recall we issued a request for proposal. We had a bid opening last Thursday. There were 2 bids submitted. We have a committee that's been reviewing the bids, met today to review the material so far. We hope to be in a position to make a recommendation to the select board by the end of this week.
Okay. Interviews will be taking place?
Yeah, yes, one in particular.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. I have a little bit of a category under what I would say select board. I'd like to get into the habit of reporting something that's come to my attention.
I just had a question on his update.
Oh, sure.
Who's paying for these roll-offs to go to the
The
transfer?
school,
School, yeah.
School, okay,
yeah, they're paying for the clean house.
okay, thank you.
No, it's not in our bills. Make it a habit of filling people in on any conversations or discussions that the select board has that feel that should be shared with the public. So I did have, an email from Mr. Robert Franks. In the last, it was received on March 6th at 7:30 p.m. I responded to Robert March 7th at 9:28 a.m. And he said, please explain in detail the inclusiveness of the Bernie Sanders federal earmark, $2.3 million for the repurposing of a building on a massive floodplain. His first question was, where is the money? I responded, still with the feds, nothing has been drawn down yet. Where will it be deposited? I said, town of Rochester special account. Where will the interest on the money be received and legally calculated? I said, to be determined. Please describe and define the Valley Hub, including its nonprofit status. I informed him that it could be found on the State of Vermont website business section. Who are the people and persons who founded the Valley Hub? And I responded, that can be found in the State of Vermont website business section. As I am aware of the special meeting of Rochester continues to be postponed by date, content, and serious issues, I responded that that particular meeting that was postponed once took place on March 6th at 2 p.m. with proper warnings in place. So I just wanted to make sure that being transparent with people that ask questions and knowing that we are providing the answers to those people. I have also contacted the Vermont League of Cities and Towns about the possibility of a vote pertaining to the future use of the high school. We have been back and forth a couple times with clarifications, and I'm waiting for a final answer on what the question is at this point in time. So probably for our next meeting, I will probably have an answer on that. The Vermont League of Cities and Towns provides us with some free legal advice. We get like a certain block of how many a year. And so rather than spend money going to our town attorney, I'm going to Vermont League of Cities and Towns first for the free advice. If it doesn't come through sufficient, well then we will go to our town attorney and pay the $150 an hour. That is it for me. Let's get back to the agenda here. Does anyone have any old business that they want to bring up or public comments? Hi.
Hi, I just wanted to weigh in on this second vote. Whether or not you legally have to do it, I think that it's best practice to really get and make sure that the town is behind this project and to really get a sense of the support. And, you know, I would encourage the board to have a second vote, with, again, more informational meetings, because there's a lot of misinformation out there and new information coming in, so.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with any of that. At this point in time, how does the vote get proposed? How does it get worded? Should it be an Australian vote? Should it be a show of hands? Should it be a paper ballot? There's a lot of questions, and so we have to work through all those details rather than just say, let's have a vote. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to bring that vote to fruition. So I'm doing the homework that's necessary for that.
Can I say something? It's Catherine
You
Shankman.
certainly can. Hi, Catherine.
Hi. So I just wanted to remind folks that the town has signed a purchase and options agreement. So that means that, I mean, they enrolled in the umbrella program, which protects the potential buyer from any unforeseen environmental issue. So we know that the PCB testing is going on so that the school can, to be in compliance with Act 74, because the school has signed an MOU to become an anchor tenant. So if for some reason something horrible is discovered in that, that would give the town an off-ramp option. I think it's very important to keep that in mind. Everything related to the construction is expected to be paid for through grants and private donations. The only thing the town has been obligated to is the operational cost during the transition until tenant rentals help the building to become self-sustainable. I just want to remind people of that because there's a bit of fear that I've read through things, and some misinformation has been going around as well. Not intentionally. I think that, you know, sometimes it's hard to interpret things. So I just wanted to add that.
Well, thank you. It's always good to have more transparency. Any other business?
Pat, you got some trees down there in a little park that probably needs to be taken care of. There's some dead ones there and a lot of people use that.
Where?
Down by the firehouse.
Okay, this one, yep.
Yeah, there's at least 2 that should come down.
That
It might be
would take-
something to take down in the winter versus waiting until.
So I should go home and sharpen my saw.
One of them
Get 'em on the ground,
one
yeah.
of them's really dead. I mean, so it'd be,
Yeah. Winter's going
Saw
quick.
that sticking up there.
yeah, it got some dead stuff on it, you know, might
Yeah.
wanna get some way to cut trees,
Well, it won't be long, people will be down there, so.
right.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
the
the snow
summer's
will
going
be
real
for a
quick too,
couple
so.
Right, if you do it now, then the snow's gonna protect you.
Do you know if it's hardwood or softwood? Hardwood tree? Firewood?
Quite rotted right now.
Not firewood.
I wouldn't guess there much firewood there. At least that one isn't.
I don't really remember seeing them.
If we put it out as firewood, someone would probably take it this time of year.
Ricky got that?
How many are there?
To see
There's
with wood.
one that's really bad, and then
So
there's
what's
another
the-
one that's got some fine dead limbs on it.
Well, I know when we took the trees down on the park, we left the wood there for someone to take,
Right.
and it was gone. So I'm just thinking of using the same thing.
I'd get them down now though, because it won't
Do we
do
just,
damage.
do we just call trees for that, or do we have to put it up for?
Well, I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna say
I'd
yes,
just
no,
hire
or
somebody,
maybe
if
to
you're just gonna
anything that I
knock them
haven't laid
down, I
eyes on.
wouldn't pay that much money. Hire one of these loggers, go in there and cut them down.
That's kinda what I was thinking, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what the standard
I
protocol was.
without
for
seeing
that.
it, I'm
If
not
they're
gonna
leaning or
say.
something, you know, maybe town could go over and push them over the loader,
Even better.
you know, cut them, you know.
find out how dead they are.
One's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a result of the flood, probably, huh?
yeah, they didn't make it.
There was
Why
a
don't you
lot
put
of
X's on
silt
them?
on that property.
Anybody
And old
cut
houses.
trees or look at them can see them.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious.
So 10 years later, the trees are still dying.
Yeah, 'cause we lost a couple down by the water house last year.
Okay, so if there's no other business, I move to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.